Welcome to Dexcom Stadium for the second of our live broadcast today and the fourth Schools Cup final in a single day. Connacht Schools Rugby showcased under floodlights for a very first time. The brilliant synthetic surface here at the sports ground mightn't be for everyone, but one of the big selling points of a surface like this, and one of the reasons why it's coming into venues all over the world, is it can allow some of your best young talents, boys and girls, to play for their clubs and schools in the provincial venue.
It's fantastic, Rob. I mean, look, let's be honest, if you were back in the day, we would have played one Senior Cup final here today. I'm sure the junior game would have been put off. The groundsman would have said, listen, you can't be digging up my pitch. And that would have been the case. But on this, we've played 4 games. We started at 11 o'clock this morning with Senior C, Senior B, Junior A, Senior A. Now, it's just what you want. And it's why these surfaces are in. It gives players the chance. It showcases their schools. It showcases them, their talent. It also showcases Connacht. Beautiful surface. The diggers are in. We've seen them. We're ready to go on the build-up to the new building.
Yeah, more on that maybe if we get a chance, but hopefully we'll be so swept away by the rugby we won't do that. That's the voice of William Davis. I'm Rob Murphy, bringing you this live stream of the Schools Senior A Cup final here, kicking off in just a couple of minutes' time. To read out the teams, here's William.
Yeah, we'll start with Marist College. 15, Andrew Henson. 14, Lorcan McCormack. 13, Thomas Cotton. 12, Tom Sheehan. 11, Daniel Reid. 10, James Clark. 9, Charlie O'Carroll. 1, Callan Blessing. 2, Evan McMicken. 3, James Heaslip. 4, Matthew Fallon. 5, Callum Kelly. 6, Patrick Egan. 7, Otiga Awinhani. 8, the captain Niall Talon. 16, Mikey Malloy. 17, Max O'Sullivan. 18, Stephen O'Connor. 19, Kyle Byrne. 20, Tom Burke. 21, Rian Claffey. 22, Connor Nocton. 23, Connor Dowling. 24, Kyle Mahan. 25, Matthew Turner. And now Sligo Grammar. 15, Gareth McGinty. 14, Dara Holmes. 13, Gerard Murta. 12, Earl Norris. 11, Jack Draper. 10, Mark Tempany. 9, Jacob Kilcoyne. 1, Jack Deegan. 2, William Draper. 3, Aaron Platt. 4, Dylan McCloat. 5, Liam McNamee Mass. 6, Quentin Mouty. 7, Max Hunter. 8, Diarmid O'Connell. 16, Senan Fallon. 17, Ambrose Devine. 18, Isaac Marsden. 19, Kamsi Mojekwu. 20, Bertie Bamber. 21, Andrew Ryan. 22, Ben O'Connor. 23, Luke Marvac. And our referee is Cathal Roddy. Assistant AR1 is Siobhan Daly. AR2 is Peter Gohan. And if we're nearly ready, Rob.
Yes.
Light's just taking effect too.
It's quite something, really. Schools Cup finals over the years, never given this treatment. And of course, over the next couple of years, this venue is going to transform itself. Not just in name, but very much in every other way as well. The old sports ground, now called Dexcom Stadium, with a new replacement for the Clan Terrace that's over there that you're looking at on your screen. There'll be a terrace in front of a big stand, and such an incredible development coming the way of Connacht Rugby's home venue. These two sides coming from the Midlands and the northwest of the province. Marist College at Lone and Sligo Grammar. We've had a day of finals in the C final with an all Mayo matchup, the B final an all Galway matchup, and here it's kind of, if you want to say, Roscommon versus Sligo with a very strong hint of Westmeath in there as well. Of course,
Marist won the junior, so they're looking for the double now today.
And last time they won this competition was 2013, looking for a 4th title. That's Marist. Sligo Grammar looking for 3 in a row. We'll tell you as the game goes on. The number of the players that William have just read out there, 7 in fact, have played in all 3 finals, so they're looking for a 3rd medal each, which is an incredible achievement. Marist College are ready, Sligo Grammar are ready, we are ready as well, as we set the tone here for the action. Ball is in the hand of Grammar out half. And we are underway, up and running. Kick to touch there by Marist. And the first line out of the game will be Grammar's, but it'll be closer to halfway than they might have otherwise wanted.
Good clearance kick by the number 10 for
Marist, yes.
James Clark.
Line out to Grammar. Well run by Grammar. And that is some maul. My word, technically brilliant. And the speed they get off front foot ball is impressive.
Yeah, they're trying to lay down a marker early. They've shown what they can do. That is really powerful running up to the 22 on 3 possessions.
Man in amber and blue on the back foot. It's Grammar that are searching for the early score. McKinty's coming into the line. He has Dara Holmes on the outside. And he's tackled into touch. McKinty, one of the players who's played in every final, looking for a 3rd medal. Another one is the centre Murtagh, Jared Murtagh, alongside Earl Norris. Both of them involved in all finals. Jacob Kilcoyne, the scrum half, was on the bench. The first one started last year. Aaron Platt and Max Hunter at 7 are the other names looking to make a bit of history for their school. That's an overthrow on the line out. Not a good place to do it. A lot of pressure on Marist here. They have to tidy this up. They have, and that is a no-arms tackle there and an immediate whistle on Deegan. Brilliant rescue operation.
Yeah, thankfully he's all right there, because he did get flipped. It wasn't... I'm going to come out and check him, but I'd say he's okay. He was quicker off the mark. It was a good effort.
Yes. Chopped up. He's okay. There's a kick towards touch that may not find touch. Oh, it's foot in touch when he caught it. So it will be Marist ball. It was a penalty. So it doesn't matter about the technicalities, whether he touched that in play or not.
He really went for that. He decided, I am going to get every single metre out of this.
Huge kick.
It's a massive kick. It's down to halfway between the 22 and the 10 metre line in the opponent's half. That's a good statement from him. Bit lucky maybe. Player, if he'd knocked it up in the air, might have caught it, but he didn't.
Marist College, their first platform to attack, but it's the second line out to go wide. The throw that time was on target, but a knock on in the air. Nerves telling. Under the floodlights here in Galway, the old sports ground, now known as Dexcom Stadium, playing host to the same pairing that we saw last year. William, you were there. Very different affair than we're expecting this time, because these sides seem more evenly matched than they were last year.
Yeah, it was a bit one-sided. Sligo were just in control from the start. And as has been tradition with my visits to Schools Cup finals, it was raining.
Not today.
But not today. We haven't had a drop of rain. So
after a few days of it, and as you said, if the old pitch had been taking that, who knows what would have happened. That's a good crash ball off the scrum, and Grammar easing their way into this in an impressive way. Ripped ball though, is it? I'm not quite sure if it's a full turnover or not. It is. That's impressive. Tega Akinoui has made his mark already, and Marist College are making their mark now as a team, placing themselves well inside that Grammar half and looking to see can they get the first strike on the scoreboard. It took nearly 25 minutes of the first half for a first score in the junior final. We might make a different story here. Front football, wild pass, nothing comes from it in the end. And it was a really, really promising attack there with Thomas Cotton. His brother kicked all the points in the junior side, junior cup final today. Well, He's certainly showing well there, but he just forced the pass, I think. Those numbers are quite hard to read.
Those numbers are very difficult. I was just going to say that.
We'll have fun with that.
We will. Yeah, he did force the pass. He might have been better just to take the contact there and recycle, because he had plenty of his buddies around him, but I suppose he saw the player coming up out of the corner of his eye, but the pass wasn't really on.
Grammer's scrum is nice and steady. Great atmosphere. Big crowd in supporting Marist. Crowd's probably doubled from what we had for the junior final. From their perspective anyways, fullback for Marist is Henson, and all I'm told is look out for him. Change an E for an A, but he's as electric as the man close enough to the same name. He plays here at the sports ground when he was playing. Injured at the moment, hasn't been involved for a while. Marist have gone through a couple of phases since Henson countered there. That looked like almost a really good jackal opportunity for Grammer. Nothing comes from it, and on we go. More attacking from Marist. Their number 8 is Niall Talon. They're using the front row forwards as well. Grammer on that ball cleanly. Brilliant work. Won't be the first time we'll be talking about Dermot O'Connell today. All going well, because he is a fine rugby player. Has played Irish schools level and is involved, of course, with Carrick and Shannon Rugby Club as well.
Yeah, just as this kick's been taken, Mac Hansen was with Ireland yesterday, and apparently they're very happy with his progress.
Really?
Yeah, he was just being assessed.
That's brilliant news.
That is really good news that he's on track.
So it was quite a complicated injury, wasn't it?
It was, and it was an injury of an old injury, but we're still hoping maybe late April, early May be the time.
William Davis bringing the good news here. Nice start to this game. Good contest already, but it's finally balanced, as we expected. Maybe that's what we want as neutrals here. Draper throws into this line out. Immediately sacked, but illegally so. Referee Mr. Roddy not happy with that. And another penalty for Grammer. Long discussion. Maybe just to learn, but Talon has to walk back. Now he is captain as well, so...
Yeah, I think he was just questioning that, but it did look like the wrong sort of play early on. But so is that, I think.
Oh, he snuck it in. The quarter flag, as you would say. Tempany skirted with danger there.
You're telling me.
Actually, it ended up crossing the touchline maybe 6 metres from the line in the end.
Yeah, well,
it really did look.
That did look airy. As if it had gone into the in-goal area.
Yeah. William Draper to throw into a Marist line-out that's kept a couple of forwards back, which is interesting, so close to the line. They don't want to complicate things, and that is another good set. You have to be impressed with their line-out play so far in the maul. In comes the extra forward. Marist are disrupting well enough, but Grammer have squirted their way, squirmed towards the line. Ball is out, and it's there to be played. Brilliant from Marist. They've forced what looks like a turnover or a knock-on. Surely they've got possession. That's brilliant defending from the men from Athlone. Charlie O'Carroll, I think it was, who just pounced on his opposite number there at scrum half position.
Very impressive. They were at that in the junior game as well. They were good in that area, stripping ball and just keep putting the pressure on. That'll give them good confidence.
That's some kick from O'Carroll as well, from a box kick position, putting monstrous pressure on Jacob Kilcoyne. Looking forward to watching more of these two boys battle at the 9 position. It's going to be so important. It's on the short side perhaps. They seem to have the numbers, but a bit of work to do. Good carry there from Dylan McClote, I should say, forgive me. As we get into the rhythm of the names and who's who. Kilcoyne gets it out. Tempany, Grammer, really offering a bit here early on. Looking like they might be the team who score first. A little bit to do to execute here, but they got the numbers. Great drift defence from Marist there to stop Murtagh in the end. He was linking with Norris in the centres. Quick recycle. There's no time at the breakdown really being taken by Grammer. They just want to get this ball moving every chance they get. Platt, one of the men looking for a third medal, Aaron Platt. He's played Irish under-18s as well. Tempany, out it comes. The centres combining again, then whipping that ball out to Jack Draper out on the wing. All Sligo Grammer for the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, they want to try to turn this into something. The drift defence by Marist is very, very good.
It is impressive because they do leave a bit of space, but that's to keep it tight in around the fringes.
They've got their gappings right.
Another good carry from Platt, another good tackle from Marist. Underneath the posts. They just keep moving left to right for now. probing, stretching the Marist defenders. Marist are on their feet on the ball. Oh, that's an incredible jackal. There are 3 Grammar players around him. How has he done that? Wonderful.
Yeah, kept his legs as straight as possible and then in with the hands. And we saw tiny, I'm going to go back to the junior game again, different type of game, but we did see occasionally with Sligo Grammar in that game that they ran out of ideas. They went through a lot of phases. They got kind of closed off there with the way they were moving forward, and it was good defence, but they maybe need to be a little bit more proactive when they have the ball in those situations. But it's early days. I mean, we've only got 10 minutes gone, no score, so why would you take a risk?
That was Caelan Blessing again, the loose head prop, who made the carry earlier and was chopped down for the penalty. He rescued a line-out situation at the back. That time he's acting like a back row forward. Impressive.
Very impressive.
And I think that's him again at the back of the line-out, rescuing the situation. That's brilliant. That was not the plan, but that's what you need. Men stepping up like that. O'Carroll brilliantly getting that ball away under huge pressure. The bounce is horrendous from a Grammar point of view. It's a beautiful bounce from a Marist point of view, and they're in possession and attacking, really causing a bit of trouble. Here's Daniel Reid. Penalty against Marist though.
Great play by Reid. Beautiful one-handed pick-up with a ball that just occasionally you get that on synthetics. It bounced, stopped dead, almost went backwards.
That bounce was outrageous.
It was, yeah, and all the rubber balls that are part of the surface came up. But he picked it up well, but he got isolated. That is probably what will happen to you in those situations. But it was the pickup was really impressive. Another fine kick.
Charlie O'Carroll is part of a very good sporting family. I'll say it once a half and no more, but his brother Ben is a star at Roscommon Footballers if you want to place him, because you want to give him his own platform today, don't you, William? It's not all about his brother now.
Do, but
it's his big day, but it just gives people an idea where he's coming from. Ben is a wonderful Gaelic footballer, and you can see the footballing skills in Charlie.
Yeah,
already.
He's got a lovely, nice, languid kick-in style.
Oh, that's some good line-out work from Marist College, and in particular Callum Kelly. The lift was perfect, but he got the hand in, got the turnover, and now they are away with a bit of an opportunity to attack. There's Callan again, taking a pass from the inside off Patrick Egan. Egan is a really dynamic player.
It's good work again. They're making yards. They're winning those contact areas. And it's slightly faster ball than we were seeing for Marist, but then it's a loose pass.
Yeah, Tom Sheehan's outside runner there just overran him a little bit, so he was kind of caught in no man's land, but it is being tidied up. 2 or 3 really good phases though from Marist, and this is the quality we'd be looking for in Connacht Schools Cup finals, and it's really encouraging to see it. Both these sides were pushed all the way in their semi-finals as well. Summerhill College and St Muradix Ballinrab putting them under huge pressure. So they've earned their place in the final. That's a brilliant carry on. That's a horrible one to defend with to defend. But brilliant work by McGinty to tidy up loose ball. And look at McGinty go. Oof. This is high octane stuff considering no score on the board yet.
It is absolutely. 12 and a half minutes gone. It's end to end. It's breathless.
Left to right attack for Sligo Grammar. And they come back against the grain. The atmosphere coming out of that Clan Terrace across to us here where we are perched high in the main Greyhound stand is superb. Both schools bringing their singing band of fans. Earl Norris is the carrier, but he's been turned over. There's so many turnovers. It's almost routine now that a breakdown has been turned into a 50-50 battle in this game. O'Carroll gets it out. What's the opposite in defence like? Well, it's not good enough.
Playing on an advantage, so it's an opportunity for them.
Free play, and O'Carroll's away, and he drags in 2 players, and the knock-on follows with the tackle hitting at the same time. We'll go back for the penalty. Otega, Winawee, the man they call Tega, has been superb in the last few minutes. He had a part to play in that as well, the 7. But we'll go back. O'Carroll's break there, as he was being held on to, he got more dangerous. Got a brilliant offload. Yeah,
good offload. Both sides are looking to attack. There's no defensive option here, and they're looking for width. They're looking to keep the ball moving. Good skills on show.
11 years ago, pretty much to the day, give or take 1 or 2, based on the calendar. Marist College won their last Schools Cup with Robbie Henshaw and Jack Carty in tow.
That's why these games are important.
I'll tell you what. They're looking for a fort.
Could hear a pin drop. It's dead silence here all of a sudden for this kick.
Great respect. He's missed it, I think, by the looks of him, has he? No, he hasn't.
No.
He's as cool as a breeze. He just stood there and watched it sail over. And that has placed things very much in perspective. 3 points to nil. Marist College start off in control.
Good kick. And nice action again. It's a beautiful night for kicking here at Dexcom. There is no wind. You very seldom get to say that in this venue. So
it's a great touch finder as well.
It's got it back in field.
Good work from
collected
Clark.
it.
Good work with the kick and good work with that touch finder. He's put his side in front. They lead 3-0. Bouncing ball, awkward ball, pressure, but not something that he's going to shirk, and that's really good work in the end by Thomas Cotton. He's got a big boot on him as well. Marist College 3, Sligo Grammar 0. And we're in the early stages, coming up to the 13-minute mark. Remember, 35-minute and a half at Schools Cup rugby level. Senior level, I should say. Sligo Grammar fans trying to lift their side. Both sets of supporters really respecting the kickers, which was great to see, as William was saying, on that last kick. Again, this line-out maul that Grammar have is impressive. Extra men in and on they roll. It's rolling towards a 20-metre gain.
Yeah, they got a penalty as well.
So inevitable, because Marist were really under pressure there.
Splintered.
That's a good work combination again. Norris and then Murtagh, and Murtagh is bursting clear. Jared Murtagh has made 20 metres. That is outstanding. What's the next phase like from a Grammar point of view? Kilcoyne pops up a pass. Norris is back in position. He doesn't have an outside centre, so stepping in to do that is Platt and doing it quite well. Bit of 1 before that 3 and he wouldn't mind. Another good carry. Connell's in there. Mouty has made a few good insertions as well, and suddenly Grammar are looking right back in position. The last time they were here it didn't work out. Marist got the turnover. They need to convert this one to just settle the nerves.
They've made yards off all of these carries right the way through.
There's another 2 or so metres. Even the half-metre gains at this stage are huge. Marist poised on either side of the fringes trying to just chop tackle, but there's the extra leg drive for Grammar. They're nearly going to ground just at the right time. They have got in for the try. Oh, that was impressive. 7-8 brilliant phases. And the scorer, from our perspective, is the second row, Dylan McCloat. Number 4 gets over for Grammar. Wow. First try of the game. And while they were repelled on their first visit to the 22, you just got the feeling that they weren't going to get caught again.
They looked much more businesslike there and switched on. It was all happening quicker. They were also they just made yards every time, whereas before there was a kind of a stop-start. The passing was sharp, the little layoffs, and that's a fine comeback for them.
As you said, William, every phase was a gain. And it started with that brilliant break from Murtagh, who just danced his way through defenders and got into that 22 and set the platform. He's a diminutive 13, but he's a strong runner. Conversion time for Tempany.
Yes.
He's nailed it, and his supporters behind him. Very colourful group of Grammar fans.
Yes,
given the reception he deserves. They lead by 4 now.
Yeah, well, Marist made a little bit of noise there, which is a bit disappointing, but didn't worry him. And that's a good comeback. Sharp, accurate. There's a few of the Sligo Grammar players starting to really stood it. McCloat's done well. Mouty and Jack Deegan, the 1, is also around. He's a unit pushing, so.
There isn't a forward there that doesn't have any issue carrying the ball, or has no, like every one of them loves carrying the ball. No one more so though than Dermot O'Connell. The Leitrim man has just burst through tackles, and he's created this situation for Jack Draper to burst up the field. Brilliant from Draper, one and offload. There's Murta again into the 22, setting the tone, and Marist are taking on Warder. Grammar are very much on the front foot. They have a huge gap left to right, huge overlap. Can they get the ball out there? They take it into contact again. That overlap is starting to lose. Now they've been isolated at the breakdown, and the turnover from Marist is an enormous relief, because they were in big trouble.
They were in terrible trouble there. Draper got away, and he got a fine run inside by Murta, who did the right thing. He changed direction, changed the point of attack, and we can see, you're beginning to see maybe why this team has won 2 cups in a row there. They look very comfortable with each other.
That was brilliant from O'Connell.
Yes.
And then Draper,
boom, yeah.
Afterburners.
Just turning their situation very quickly.
Yeah.
And they look as if they know each other. They know, they're almost reading each other's mind. But I mean, if some of them going for their third one is huge.
Yeah, huge amount of Connacht schools caps as well as Irish international caps. You can see why Murta has been involved in the Irish under-18 squad, because he is an absolute brilliant prospect, as they would say in the States. This is good from Marist.
That was a clever line out to the front, low throw. Took any chance of losing it away, but now they've run into a bit of a brick wall again.
Yeah, and the very animated Grammar bench there, just where this play is playing out, just inside 10 metres inside the Marist half the field. Marist might have scored first, but they're a little rattled, I would suggest, by what's just come at them from Sligo Grammar. The try first of all, and then the blistering 80-metre attack off the restart. Oh, Carroll had a good start to this game. He wants to get back into it, and his box kicking is absolutely top notch. Look at that for a kick.
Perfect.
Sat in the air forever, so when the ball came down, it was very much a case of smash. That said, Grammar aligned themselves pretty quickly for a chance to break out, and they might just do that. They will do that. Brilliant from the fullback there, McGinty, and he got the ball away. Murta sets it up. It's a loose ball. Marist need to stay on side here. Did they just about do that? I think they did, and now they're diving on the Grammar player. There's a knock on, and that's good scramble defence from Marist College in particular. Credit has to go to Patrick Egan. He is one to watch.
They're having to hang on a wee bit in those defensive situations, but they've done okay. But I think they've seen the difficulty that if there is loose ball available, Sligo Grammar are well able to turn it very quickly.
Ireland under-18s as well, Egan. So he's been very impressive in these early stages. This is the first chance that we've had to take a stoppage and take a breath. What a start to this game. It's been brilliant.
Absolutely fantastic. Really good skills on show, high pace, high accuracy. Yeah, there's been a few bits and pieces, but you know, some of the knock-ons that have occurred, some of the ball drops, some of the steals are just down to the skill of the other team keeping the pressure on, and that's absolutely massive. And they've settled in. The lights are taking over here now. It's a fabulous evening for a game of rugby.
Better crowd now that they've crammed in, but it's
yeah, I'd say that the Clan Terrace is about 2/3 full. Not sure there's anybody over this side. There's always a few people come over this side, but don't think they can get in today.
No, they're controlling the situation quite well here.
But
4 Schools Cup finals across today here at Dexcom Stadium.
Yeah, in the first one we had the All Mayo clash between St Gerard's Castlebar and Rice College from Westport. Of course, I did write that score down somewhere, but now I decided to start talking about it. I can't, so I'll have to go.
Yeah.
Oh, I have it. St Gerard's 53, Rice College 27.
That was a thriller.
And then we had the All Galway clash between Coláiste Balliol Clare 26 and Presentation Athenry 34.
Huge win for Athenry.
Massive win for Athenry. And then in the junior final we had these same 2 teams here, and Marist came out on top by 22 points to 14. So 3 really good games, and little doubt that without this synthetic surface you would be looking at playing 1 game today, and you'd have to move the other games around to other grounds. But now players get the chance to come here and play at all levels. There's a girls' schools cup final day coming up. I think there's 3 finals that day.
Oh, brilliant.
You've got the plate and the Junior Cupper next up on the 24th. Tuam against Sligo in the plate, and then Dunmore against Connemara in the Junior Cup. A player going off there for Marist, number 8.
He's a concern. Let's hope he's okay. Niall Talon is not a player they want to be losing, the captain, but it looks like just temporary.
It just looks like a temporary one. Maybe just give him a chance to draw breath.
Sligo Grammar had and will continue to only have the 2 times that they've done the double junior and senior. Marist College have done it once before and looking to do it for a second time. That is still on for them. Grammar, of course, looking for 3 in a row of senior titles. So history's going to be made one way or the other. 1.5 metre push at this level. And it's popped up in scrum time. The referee didn't have the patience for that. And when you consider there's only a 1.5 metre push, you really need to keep your head down in that situation.
I think that was a case of driving up as well. So the referees called that very quickly. And the other thing you will see in this, and this is important, if there is a high tackle, play is stopped immediately. That's a wonderful kick.
Wow.
Well, I think that went a bit further than that. But I'm always on the player's side. Assistant referee is much closer than me and can see, but I always think that give them an extra few metres. It's just on the 22. It did deserve maybe to go a little further, but this is an opportunity now for Marist and you think they'd want to put a bit of pressure on the line.
Line-out's good for Marist. Tega Akinwini does
nice
really
break.
well, and that's a really good attack in the centre from Sheehan. He is such an effective 12, and the combo then can work so well. Marist College underneath the post and as close to the try line as they've been in the entire game so far, trailing by 4, but in 2 phases it has turned into a monster opportunity for them to score. Everything's a little bit close in.
Just need to get themselves sorted.
Yeah, there was a bit of realigning. They want to go pick and go, same way Grammar did. Can they rumble over the line? Huge opportunity for Marist College. They are, half a metre, maybe a little bit further as Ortega picks it up. He stopped. Another pick and go chance. Go back against the grain to try and catch out Grammar, and it doesn't work. That said, now the ball's out to the back line. The overlap is on. The try is on. They could get in the corner. There's a brilliant tackle out there from Grammar. They saved a certain try.
Oh, that's a fantastic.
Held up.
Stunning tackle.
Brilliant work.
Not only did he tackle him, he then rolled him and got his arm in underneath him, and he couldn't touch it down.
I think it might have been McGinty. We'll keep an eye on that. I have the guy marked.
Well, that's great defence by Grammar.
It was Murta. It was the 13 who got over there.
It was a great decision by Marist. I keep calling them Marist to move it the way they did, because it was absolutely on, because the defence had come in a bit, but he got over there and made the tackle.
High quality defence, high quality rugby. Sheehan, who started all that, is back at it, receiving the goal line dropout after Marist were held up in the corner, thanks to Murta's rescue mission. Out of this world stuff from him defensively. Oh, it's a fine carry and a pick, and he's not held. He's away. Super stuff.
Oh, he had a runner.
Just needed the offload.
Needed to let it go.
And they're stepping back inside with Sheehan. My word, that should have been something more than it was.
I think that should have been in under the post, Rob, but he just didn't see the release. Maybe he was a bit too close to him, actually. But
still on for Marist. They are probing and looking for the try. Hands might do it. They might just go for the line without even spreading it through the hands. They're stopped just short. Options left and right to this ruck. Marist College are spending quite some time in the Grammar 22 in the last 3 or 4 minutes. Repelled once, held up once to be more precise than repelled. Akinwini's going for it, and Ortega has got in.
That's an excellent try. It's just what they needed. Beautifully done.
Ortega, Winawai, has charged over at the side of the ruck. That is brilliant from the open side flanker.
So they lead 8-7 now. We're just on 28 minutes here on the stopwatch, but it'll be a little bit less than that because we have had a couple of delays.
My word. It was Egan who made the break initially. There's a brilliant conversion as well. Oh, you gotta love the way Marist have answered back. This is the cup final we were hoping for a while there after Grammar scored and then burst down the field looking like they were going to score again. You were thinking to yourself, maybe there's one side with a bit of an edge in this, but what a response from Marist. Patrick Egan with a brilliant carry. Good ball retention. Sheehan had a few good carries, and even when they were held up over the line, back they came from the goal line dropout.
That's the really good thing, is to come back from that, because you could drop your heads a bit. There was a fabulous bit of tackling by Sligo, but Marist 10-7 ahead.
Listen, Owinowi, the game is just coming to him, even when he's not necessarily wanting it to. That ball, that restart
I
just
don't think he was
landed
expecting it, but he handled it okay.
He did quite well, in fairness to him.
Oh, the lights have just been turned up a bit.
Yeah, they were a little bit less. There's a great kick downfield. O'Carroll's kicks are really, really hard to deal with. Not held there in the tackle initially by the
he gets
man
fabulous height on them, doesn't he?
Yeah. James Clark has kicked a great penalty and conversion so far. That's why they lead by 3, 10-7. But the try, critical. Grammar try to strike back. He does get great height on them, and it does cause a lot of trouble, and it's great the way Grammar are able to deal with it. That ball went back through the hands. It wasn't exactly meant initially for the hands of the McLeod, who scored the try in the early stages, but it is very much still Grammar's ball, just slower ball. Aaron Platt with the carry. Counter-rucking strong from Marist. What next in this brilliant battle? Half hour mark or so, we're just upon us. McNamee Mass involved as it drifts all the way out to William Draper out here in the wing.
It's good defence again though on the wing side by Marist. They're using the line as an extra defender, so you had to come back in field, but they are making progress here.
It's a Mouty with a good carry. His dad was involved in Garbly College as a border back in the day. He's born in Germany. Loving his rugby. Whistle goes. Is that a high tackle situation? An immediate whistle? Not quite sure. Anyways, main point is it's a penalty, and loads of players from the Grammar side are pointing to the post. I don't know if every decision is taken by vote, but
I would say the forwards might have suggested that let's just take a few points. We saw this actually in the Senior B final this afternoon. There was an opportunity, and I'd say about 7 forwards were pointing at people. We've done a lot of work here. Let's just take the points.
We'll allow for that. Max Tempany. William has had a long day here because he was commentating on that Senior B final for Galway Bay FM, which kicked off. What time did that kick off?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
I got in for the end of the first final. It kicked off at 11 o'clock.
Yeah. Shout out to the stewards here, some of whom were here at around 10:30 today to set things up, or even earlier.
Yeah.
Remarkably long.
Even earlier.
Tempany sets himself up. Belts it towards the post. It should be straightforward for a man of his talents. And it is 10 points apiece. Finely balanced. And I think on everything we've watched so far with him, we would say that's fair.
Oh, absolutely. I think this is a cracking game of rugby. It's these are two well coached, well organised sides. They believe in what they're doing. And there's a lot of skills on display. We've seen some great skills today from players in all playing at different levels, but it's really excellent stuff.
The restart is good. The chase is strong from Marist, but the tackles, what are they like? Not bad. Clearance kick needed from Tempany, who's just kicked the points for his side, and it's a good crossfield kick, but well in position Marist to take it back. That's Sheehan, I believe, the centre. He's done very, very well, but he's skirting on the edge of the touchline. He's got an offload. Cheers from the Grammar fans. Maybe they thought he was in touch. Well, they were happy with the tackle anyways, but it's still Marist ball. That's a bit forced, and it's a knock on, and it's on for Grammar just like that. Yeah, the killer turnover, and the break is on. What can they make of it? They're up to the edge of the 22 before eventually meeting the tackles. Jacob Kilcoyne is the scrum half who had that ball, Dermot O'Connell is a nice option on first receiver there. Whistle blows. I'd say that's for a high tackle because the referee wasn't even waiting for the advantage. Yes, it is. High tackle.
Yeah, I think that might have been, I don't know whether he called that or it was called inside by one of the ARs. But
it is disconcerting to us every time because there's no advantage. It's just stop play and let's go back for the high tackle.
The Marist were guilty of overplaying there.
Yes.
They, as you say, they were trying to force it. That's the confidence of just, getting back level. But now they've invited this onto themselves. We're just on 35 minutes here, so it's really at the referee's discretion.
Line out to Sligo Grammar. And it's well thrown. Grammar's maul has been impressive. Marist have kind of clogged their way into that, but it's still in Grammar control. Ball being transferred to the back slowly. It's gone to ground. Has it gone to ground legally? Yes, it has. And out it comes.
Yeah, it's about the second move now, isn't it? They have got their legs pumping in that situation.
Marist have a bit of defending to do. Grammar have been very successful here in the last couple of visits, getting 3 points the last time and 7 before it, but being repelled once too earlier. O'Connell chopped around the ankles. They're the kind of tackles that are going to be critical. Level pegging. Half time coming up in just a few minutes' time.
You'd have to say, I think there is an opportunity there.
They're in, I think, Marist.
To get the
Grammar, I should say. Marist have
held up.
Claimed they've held it up. The Grammar subs were celebrating, but the referee, Mr. Roddy, got around there.
Yeah, he certainly did. The interesting thing was that they had an overlap if they went very quickly, because Marist defence had drifted in. So we're going to have a goal line dropout. Of course, that is.
Referee was right there.
Didn't
hesitate.
Didn't
I know
hesitate.
the subs were claiming, and they will. But look, the bottom line is Marist have done enough, and both sides have had situations where they've been held up over the line. Now, the return of a goal line restart or dropout can sometimes be very, very hard to defend against. We saw that earlier in this game where Marist scored off a situation like this, and why not put it in to the hands of one of your most dangerous attackers there in the shape of Murtagh. They've done that. Marist have set a good wall of defence outside the 22, so there's a bit of work for Grammar to do here as they carry. O'Connell.
They're just going to go in one-up runners again. They're not maybe looking to shift the ball, see if they can get it moving now. That's a better effort.
Tempany, McLeod is very much used as a ball carrier, or he gets himself out into those wide positions regularly. Jack Deegan. That's a good carry. Those 4 or 5 metres do give you the front foot ball. That's a high pass though, and it puts a bit of pressure on the receiver. Good tackling from Marist. They need to roll away now, and they do. Their discipline has been good in those situations. We're going right through the middle and bursting forward are the Grammar in the shape of Lee McNamee Mass. That is some carry to set aside up. The ball has come loose out of the tackle though, and Tempany has to tidy it up, and he does that. In fairness to him, he's held up. So this could be a turnover opportunity. It is a turnover, and Marist are breaking. O'Carroll has it, and they're Grammar in real trouble here. They scramble back, make the tackle. Brilliant work from McGinty to do that. He has really rescued his side, and now, as often as it happens when you're isolated, it was Andrew Henson, I should have said, who made the break initially. Brilliant from Henson. It's a penalty to Marist. That was confusing. I thought the signal was just
signaled it the other way, but it's
caught everyone out. Marist have taken a quick tap and they're bursting up the field. Real confusion here. Marist in the 22. They might be about to score. They've knocked it on, and there'll be a scrum to Grammar.
Oh, it's
that's
breathless.
For the better, because if I was a bit confused, surely a few of the Grammar players were confused by that signal from the referee.
Well, that concludes the entertainment for the first half, and I have to say that has been wonderful stuff. Real end-to-end, great endeavour, great go forward from both sides. Right at the end there, both sides had a chance to score, and they didn't. So at half time, it's 10 points each. We just played about 3 minutes of extra time.
So, an early penalty from. You take us through the score.
Yeah, James Clark on the 14th minute put Marist 3 up, and then McLeod was in for a try, which was converted by Tempany to put Sligo Grammar 7-3 up, and then Ortega Halley was in on the 28th minute, 8-7 to Marist, converted by Clark to make it 10-7, and then Timpany with the penalty on 32 minutes makes it 10 points each.
William, which side has the edge, if any?
I can't call that really, because I think both sides can go from their own goal line, as we've just seen there from Marist. Great defensive effort, one chance, they're within 5 metres of the other line, and you think as players will get a little bit tired, it'll open up and it could come down to one score in a very tight game. Marist are chasing the double today's double. Sligo Grammar are chasing a treble, third year in a row. You think maybe their experience might stand to them, but at the moment Marist aren't taking a backward step. They don't look remotely fazed by what's going on. It's been absolutely wonderful stuff.
Great stuff from you as well, William. We're going to take a breath here in the commentary box, folks. We'll be back for what should be a thrilling second half, the first ever Schools Cup final here in Connacht under lights at Dexcom Stadium, and it is finally, delicately poised at 10 points apiece at half time. We'll take a breath. He's missed it, I think, by the looks of him, has he? No, he hasn't. He's as cool as a breeze. He just chopped tackle, but there's the extra leg drive for Grammar. They're nearly going to ground just at the right time. They have got in for the try. Oh, that was impressive. 7-8 brilliant phases. Strong runner. Conversion time for Timpany.
Yes.
He's nailed it. And it's another pick and go chance. Go back against the grain to try and catch out Grammar, and it doesn't work. That said, now the ball's out to the back line. The overlap is on. The try is on. They could get in the corner. There's a brilliant tackle out there from Grammar. They've saved a certain try.
Oh, that's a fantastic.
In the Grammar 22 in the last 3 or 4 minutes. Repelled once, held up once to be more precise than repelled. Killoue's going for it, and Ortega has got in.
That's an excellent try.
There's a brilliant conversion as well. Belts it towards the post. Should be straightforward for a man of his talents. And
first half.
And are on their own 22. Ooh, big moment. Penalty for holding on the ground against Sligo Grammar, and Marist College strike first. Immediately looking towards the post. Talon is the captain. He's carried an injury into the half-time action.
Yeah, I don't think they've any choice but to kick for post points here. This game has the feel of a one-score game.
What a start. What a start this could be for Marist College. It's been all about being steady in this situation. So Carroll has gone for the kick and he has missed it. Scrum half has missed an opportunity here, but that was some start to the second half from Talon, because I was watching him at half time. He has an ankle injury or something. He was working through it. He missed a good chunk of the first half. Back on the field, he mightn't last the whole game.
No, it's important probably to get him on for the leadership. That was a bit of a swipe at that. I'm sure he has a much better kick in action. He rather swiped at it and it drifted away. There is a little bit of rain in the air, I think, now, after all the dry day we've had. I think there's a little bit of rain around, which might make the ball a bit greasy.
Good kick from Clark. But it's coming back at Marist, and this is going to stay in field and bounce once. I think Marist has been caught out there. That is beautiful from Grammar.
Yeah, he spotted there was no cover on that side and he backed himself. He bounced it into touch. What a fabulous kick.
Sets play up. Yes, it's Marist ball, but just ask those questions. 10 points apiece. 35 minutes of rugby ahead.
Yeah, the choirs have livened it up.
It's like a 1980s boombox situation out there. And we are
clever short line out again, which is picked up by the second person.
Yeah, Marist just about giving themselves enough chance just to secure the ball, and now want to kick it downfield. They had a very steady line out in the first half, but you have to vary it because both teams are putting a good bit of pressure on the opposition line-out ball. Charlie O'Carroll's about to launch this into the evening sky. Well taken.
A wee bit too far that time.
Yeah, and it's Daniel Reid over there. Or sorry, I beg your pardon. It's Jack Draper over there who's taken the ball, and Draper has taken into contact, and he's won the penalty. I think high tackle again.
It looked like that, or it was either that was interfering with the jumper. I'm not sure, but I think it was a high tackle.
The kick towards touch. The line out will be maybe 15 metres inside the Marist half of the field, but it's a platform for them to really get stuck into this.
Yeah, both sides have kicked well this evening for position, but that's an opportunity. The first opportunity of the half, of course, is passed for Marist. They missed that penalty, so Sligo Grammar now.
Such a good chance early on, and they had worked hard to get it, to really set down the tone. That line out to O'Connell didn't look straight.
Didn't look straight to me.
The crowd didn't think so either.
However, the only person that counts is the ref. That's a good drive. Now they've done this a couple of times.
Yeah, Grammar.
But it's just
mauling is outstanding.
Now they're really getting it rolling.
I don't know what Marist can do to stop this legally.
They've
done well there, maybe
20 metres.
Yeah, it's a great platform for Temple to get the back line going. Murta just scoops that out the back door. I don't know how they managed to hold on to that, because Draper coming off the wing, but that ball is loose at the ruck and it's being dived on by Marist, and it's quite the turnover, and they make something of that turnover now. Good defence from Tempany there, just to peel away from the situation and block off the open side, and that just opened the door for other defenders to get in there. And while it's a good turnover from Marist, Darragh Holmes has done his team no harm at all there with a really good tackle into touch and gets the line out for Grammar.
It didn't. There was one poor pass in that phase of play by Sligo Grammar, which took the pace off that attack for them. Just one high pass, that's all it takes. But the defences are so quick, they're so sharp, they're targeting the ball carrier, and they're making the right decisions of who to tackle.
Matthew Fallon is off. Put in a fine effort. confirm the replacement in a second. Marist have made that change. That's not a good line out for Grammer. It's a turnover. And it's the turnover at the wrong time. Tom Burke, I think it is, who's come on second row wearing 20. Marist College going through the phases. No interest in kicking the ball. They want to attack from anywhere, and they're shooting that through their hands. And this is on again now. Really good, clever play. And it's Henson coming into line. Henson with a little kick and chase. And he's taking play inside the 22. Oh, that's impressive for Marist College. It might be on if they spread it, but they straighten the line first of all, which makes perfect sense. That said, they need to get over that ball and clean it out. O'Carroll gets it out. What a platform for Marist College here.
Defence is back and settled. There's a bit of a scrimmage going on the ground, but that was a great attack. Great hands and a great kick.
Oh, the one more pass out, and there's a chance here possibly for a blessing. He's had such a good game so far. He's taken the pass and he's charged forward after a pass from Callum Kelly, who had a brilliant first half. But it all comes to naught. He's isolated.
He was just isolated.
Callum Kelly got the ball back, and he was tackled 5 metres from the line, and there's just no one there to protect him.
That was impressive by Marist. They got down that field so quick, so both sides can do this. That's the key message that's coming out of it. If you leave a gap, you're in bother.
Line out to Grammer, but they're much closer to their own line. They've had two platforms up in the Marist half of the field in the last few minutes, and they really haven't been as
sharp,
tight as they were in the first half. Yeah.
And Marist have had two, and they've come away. So it's it's nip and tuck. We're about 6 minutes into this second half. A little bit of tiredness comes in, but somebody will seize the opportunity at some stage. Nice line out.
Very good line out.
They've got that drive stopped.
Mass at the back, and out it comes from Kilcoyne. He's kicked downfield. Good chance to counter here. McCormack, really good work. Taken to ground. Out it comes to Clark, to Sheehan. The captain Talon's involved there. That ball was just out of the reach of Henson's hands. Knocked it on.
Slightly overran it if he'd actually got there, but he's managed to recycle it.
Yeah, they're just keeping the ball. Concerned for an injury for McCormack. I see him stretch his legs. So I don't think there's much on out here. Yeah, he's in a bit of bother. The left winger after his carry. Oh, there's a turnover. And a big turnover at that for Grammer. Charging out and away from the challenges with Platt. And again at the breakdown, it's a turnover. And I think it might have been the replacement Burke who got in over that ball. I'm not quite sure with the scrum cap whether it was him that's getting the credit for it, but it's a big moment.
Yeah, the pressure is they're just out muscling them slightly, Marist, at the breakdown, and that's why they've picked up this penalty. They're just a bit quicker, a bit sharper.
Signal to the post, so this is going to be a chance to edge ahead again.
Yeah, he missed the last one. This is a much more straightforward kick. It's a longer distance, but it's dead straight. He had the distance the last time and the height, but he didn't have the direction.
Charlie O'Carroll.
Pressure's on him though, having missed the last one. This is an important kick. He's just about halfway between the 10 metre and the 22. He's dead straight in front of the posts. Perfect silence here at the sports ground.
Right-footed kicker. Probably rushed the kick the last time. Can't say that this time. He's got it.
Yeah, he's
Brilliant
got that. That looked a lot more confident, a lot more comfortable. And that's
O'Winowie is just getting a little bit of treatment. O'Winowie, you got to try in the first half. Let's hope he's okay. Just going through some routine checks, I think.
So Marist 13-10 ahead, and we're 8 minutes, nearly 9 minutes into this second half of 35.
He's alright, that's good. We don't want to lose one of our stars of the show here. One of them, because There's no one player standing out here. There's multiple players stepping up at different times. Charlie O'Carroll's kick edges Marist in front. That's some restart from Tempany. My word, that's contestable. Brilliant. And it's deservedly on the Grammar side.
Fabulous. That's real
more.
old style kicking off.
Isn't it? His forwards cannot ask for more than that. It's another carry from McNamee Mass there. Plenty of them. Kilcoyne. Here come Grammar now. Every time one team strikes, another team comes back. And it's Grammar's turn to find the answers. Charging into contact there is McNamee Mass. Brilliant. Ball's been lost in the contact though. Knock on against Grammar. Scrum. Marist just outside their own 22.
It's just little errors like that. They multiply up. Both sides have been guilty a couple of times of that, and because you can't push more than 1.5 meters in the scrum, you're generally guaranteed your own ball unless you get a penalty against you.
Mouty being really important for them. Connell, McNamee, Mass, all good carriers, but you gotta protect the ball as well in those situations, as William's saying. Out it comes, what's the option? Clark will be the first point to call, and he does straighten the line brilliantly. Next phase, important. Box kick into the night sky, I believe, is what we can expect. An elongated ruck to make life easier. And these kicks just have impressed us all night. They land on the same spot every time, and every time it's hell for Sligo.
It's a fabulous kick because it's 6 seconds exactly. I'm counting it.
Wow.
And that's perfection.
Yeah.
And your man arrives with their man. And Sligo got away with that because that ball nearly bobbled away.
Yeah. But they've caught a few brilliant ones, Grammar, under unbelievable pressure. But they're under unbelievable pressure, so eventually that tells.
It does, and it slows them down. I mean, there's no chance to counter-attack at any speed now. They're having to go through a lot of phases here to move the ball.
Grammar wanted a penalty there for a player on the wrong side. Didn't get it. Max Hunter with a good carry. He's going to be so important. They're all important now. The carry from Kilcoyne, the 9, who is like a back row forward when he gets going like that. He's a really rangy, strong runner. Again, McNamee Mass being asked to carry, and he takes on the task and charges into the replacement Burke and drives over him. Another carry from Marist here, and it's Mouty. Super stuff from the German-born 6. That pass is a little bit loose, kind of no look, has to be tidied up. Murtaugh's first moment of involvement in the second half is just to steady the ship for his teammates. O'Connell now, he's taken down around the ankles by Patrick Egan. Another good carry this time, and they're right through the middle. Brilliant work from Aaron Platt. Platt has carried the ball so well, the tight head prop, and that gets them the front ball that they needed. Now Grammar trying to just spread it all the way out towards the wing here, with Darragh Holmes going to cut back inside. That's a little bit of a scrappy phase after a great carry. Yeah,
the ball bounced on the field, so I mean it slows the whole thing down. But Platt has been hugely impressive. He's a big, gets into his body is in such a low position. He's almost impossible to stop.
More good carries and cleanouts from Grammar. Kilcoyne. Why not use McNamee Mass again, because he has carried so well. Kilcoyne out. Tempany. And I think that was Platt once more. Tempany again. Who's going to tackle him? Sheehan gets up and gets him around the ankles. But they are getting closer to that 22, Grammar. O'Connell. 2, maybe 3 needed to just stop him.
Yeah, they've speeded up their work in this area now at the ruck. They're just moving it much quicker, much sharper.
Oh, that's really good play from Max Hunter. And a penalty. So that's 6 phases of positive rugby for Grammar, and they've earned the free play if they want to work through the phases a little bit, as Marist were a bit too slow to roll away, because Marist are under a bit of pressure here. Could be on if they go for it. Murtaugh, he could be in here himself. He looked like he was going to offload, and he just kept going and pick a go around the fringes, and they are in. They have scored. I'm pretty sure it's Mouty, but we'll just check. It could be the 8 as well. Oh, what a moment for Grammar in the corner to edge ahead by 2.
Fabulous bit of work again. It was so crisp, everything they did in those phases. and they didn't give Marist a chance to make a tackle that was going to slow it down or dislodge a ball. They've just got in, got the job done.
It was Mouty who got in with a brilliant carry. And that's just we mentioned them how many times? McNamee, Mass, himself, Platt, they have so many carriers that eventually it wears the opposition down.
It does, and it's the fact that they seem to speed it up there and get the accuracy. Now this is going to be a fabulous kick. The ball is right on the touchline.
Yeah.
Just outside the 22.
They lead by 2. Just to stretch it, to double that lead. Marist supporters stay quiet. They're right behind him as he lines up this touch. Line conversion with the right foot. He hasn't got it. It stays a 2-point game, but that is a massive, massive score to get.
Yeah, it's just end-to-end stuff. They're just hitting each other like heavyweight boxers, really. But that was well-worked try. So we'll see now what Marist can do. There's 16 minutes gone here in the second half. And we'll see.
Still 20 minutes of high-octane action to come. The guts of, anyways, with allowing for at least 2 minutes of stoppages. And a good restart from Grammer to receive the ball, but Otega Winoe has put himself right back in the middle of this story. That is a brilliant steal. Marist ball. Well, Grammer seem to be in control of that situation. They're not now, and now it's all about Marist. Back and forth we go in this brilliant Schools Cup final. It might have been one-sided last year, but Marist have come to play, and while Grammer are bringing it as well, this is a finely balanced game. They drew in the league final, and they are steady here. Egan with a carry. At the base is O'Carroll. O'Carroll pops a reverse pass back inside, and it almost opened a door there for Cotton to come through, but it just didn't work out. But they are still on the front foot, Marist.
Yeah, they're in a good, right in the centre of the field, just inside the 22. They just need to.
Ball.
Again, it's very, very slow ball, so it has to pick it up and drive around the corner.
In fairness, I think Grammer were slow to roll away there. Blessings with the carry now. Here's O'Carroll. He just goes immediately at short side. Talon, he's carrying an injury, I think, but he's still battling away at every phase. That's a great handoff from Egan, and a forced offload that goes to ground and is knocked on by Marist, and it's a free play now for Grammer. Didn't need to force that.
No, they've got to respect the ball a little bit better in those situations, especially as the game moves on. Because we're never quite sure when advantage is over, but I'd say it probably is now, and up and over the 10-metre line.
Every time Grammer need him, McNamee Mass is there for a simple, hard carry.
Yeah.
And then for a more explosive carry, you go to the Irish school star O'Connell, who does well there. It's a bit of a decoy there, and this is going to be boot to ball from Tempany. It's going to be a bit of pressure on the winger here on this side, Lorcan McCormick. McCormick seems to relish that situation because he immediately just charges back at the defence. That's brilliant from the left winger. He hasn't had an involvement for quite some time. It's a great sign of a player clued in. Burke has to act as scrum half, and he does so. But Marist are a bit further back the field where they were a few minutes ago when they were on the front foot. Every mistake has been punished. Great clear out from the Winoe there. Sheehan, saw a lot of them in the first half. They need more of those kind of runs. The options are slim. The ball was slow. The referee was in the way of the pass, I would argue.
He was.
Which did slow things down for Carroll there.
But they have a chance to get on the front foot here.
Huge opportunity. As long as they can keep the ball in hand. Rugby is an unforgiving game.
Yeah, just a few little mistakes coming in now. They're chasing it a bit.
You can see Talon is under a bit of pressure there, injury-wise, and I think that's probably adding to that situation. A stoppage in play will be welcomed, but probably by Grammer in particular, because they're under a bit of pressure there.
He would have expected to take that ball.
McCormick's going off now. He put in a good effort.
Okay. Little surprised at that, because he's jogging off at speed.
Yeah, and he did well there a few seconds ago.
Doesn't look remotely injured, but
I think they might be just looking for an impact. It could be Conor Dowling, 23, that's on, but I would see. As we were told to look out for him. I will tell you when we're sure.
Well, players get tired. And there's a few players, one player sitting down, he's just having a rest because we're waiting on another substitution, I think. He's stretching out his knee. That's the number 8 for Marist we were talking about. It's called Niall Tallon, the captain.
It is Dowling that's on, Conor Dowling. I was told to look out for him. He was very unlucky not to start. So I would say that's just a case of let's change it up a bit and look for more impact on that side of the field. But that carry from McCormick is some way to go off the pitch, isn't it?
Certainly is.
He did all right there. Just unfortunately a phase or two later they've knocked it on. You can see the scoreboard, but just to confirm, 15 points to 13 is the score. Sligo Grammar with the second half try, 3 points in the second half for Marist. We were 10 each at half time, each side with a converted try and penalty.
Yeah, that's how tight it is. But you'd always prefer to be the side that's leading. You sort of know if you can get the next, if Sligo were to give anything, just get some more points on the board.
Oh, those scrums. Sometimes these lads aren't far off being ready for full scrums. And you know the reason why they developed this 1.5 push for safety and just to make sure players are coached and learn all the details before they reach adult level. But you know that they'd be well able for it too, and that's what you want to think, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And they can only go to 45 degrees on the if the scrum wheels. But it's correct because...
But it's a steady battle there.
It's steady, and that's a very good pick-up. Number 8 controlled that with his feet. That's got the ball into midfield.
Murta, no option to pass, but my word, when he gets the inside shoulder, he's a hard stop. There's Otego Owinowi again, just there every time. Now he's crouching over that ball trying to turn it over, and he has turned it over. Oh wow. O'Carroll gets the ball out wide, and Marist College are attacking all the way out to Dowling. His first involvement is to meet 5 Sligo players. He's gone through 4 of them, so that's not bad.
Absolutely. I think the option there probably was to kick because it might you needed to turn the Sligo defence possibly.
Grammar on that. The man who scored the try, Mouty, is having some game. He's got a penalty for his side there. All the Owinowi's hard work a few seconds ago. It was pretty good.
The option there was the kick because turn them and chase after it, and then if they clear it, you'll win the yardage battle. But taking it into contact there was a...
And you say that even after you beat 2 or 3 players, because that's not necessarily the point. Really.
The point, you've got to get the ball away from that area. There's nowhere else to go, and then you've taken the you've got the penalty is given away. He hasn't really made the most of that because he's only got it forward about 10 meters. But it's still Sligo's throw-in.
Beautiful evening at Dexcom Stadium. Connacht Schools Cup final under floodlights for the very first time. Day to be celebrated for the community rugby spirit.
I don't think we'll be going back to a day game after this one.
No, it's a brilliant setting. It's fantastic, and it's great help that the game is so good. Good carry into contact there from Earl Norris, I should say. More good work from Grammar in the shape of Jack Deegan. They will just keep this ball tight. Platt will carry it. They have the carriers. We've said this. Kilcoyne, they have the advantage. Oh, this is a big moment. They lead by 2, and O'Connell is just being wrestled to the ground by 2, maybe 3 Marist players. Out it comes again. Tempany skips 2 players to get it all the way out to the wing there to Draper, and he's tackled into touch.
So we're going to come back for this penalty. It's straight in front of the post, I think, where the referee's marked it. It's just on the 22.
Multiple hands pointing at the post, but there's only one man the referee can take that instruction from, and it's the captain. When he gets that instruction, I have a funny feeling it will be. We'll take that. Well, there's 2 captains, McCloat and Norris. There's 2 men you can take that instruction from.
There's two captains. But this is obvious. You've got to take these points now. You're 3 points ahead, or you're 2 points ahead. Extend it to 5. Time is moving on. 35-minute half. We've 24 minutes gone, and that's there will be some added time. But after all that, he's kicked it to touch, and he didn't really. Well, he's brought it into the 22, but it's only 3-4 meters inside the 22.
Am I right in saying that seems an odd decision?
Very odd decision.
Tight game, up by 2.
Tight game, and if you do that, then your player has to get you within 6-7 meters.
And you have a kicker who's well able. which is just the final point. Kyle Byrne was on the first half, folks, and I'm pretty sure he's just directly replaced the tight head prop there, James Heaslip from Marist College. So we'll try and make sense of the scrummaging when it comes around to it. But that's what's happened there. That's
a very odd one. I'm a bit baffled by that, but here we go. If they lose this line out, it'll look even worse, but they don't.
Yeah, one well, the front.
Another penalty coming.
Close. So yeah, Grammer continue to gain the edge in this one, looking for a third Senior Cup title in a row.
Just a few players cramping up a little bit.
It's a lot of pressure on Marist, who have possibly unlucky not to have a steal there. But anyways, on we go. Crossfield kick. It's a free play. They might as well go for it. Holmes is underneath this. Marist College have players there too, so back we go. They're out of ideas, Grammer, on that occasion. The penalty's going to be way over on the far side.
No, they really don't have a choice but to go for the corner because it's a much more difficult kick.
Yeah.
Which kind of, I suppose, look, the only thing
if
they
can
go
and get the score and get two scores clear.
Yes,
they will have. They
will, but you're never sure you're going to get a penalty. But they're.
What's the state of the Marist team for you, body language-wise? Do you feel like they're starting to
feel
the pressure?
They look a little tired.
Yeah.
They look a little tired. They're not getting on the front foot now at all. They're not winning the contact areas where they were in the first half. They're not creating anything. It's all kind of on top of them a bit.
They've huddled up a bit as well there just to have a word, because I think they're thinking to themselves exactly that. They need to pick stuff up. Change for Marist. See if someone goes off.
We're just going to see. It's hard to tell. Just are they actually going to go for the corner? I think they must be. Yep, referees.
It's talent that's gone off. We'll confirm who's on for him. It's all way over there on the far side. You'll forgive us, folks, as we try to make sense of it all,
well, that's a much better kick. That's got them to within the 5 metres. That's given them the opportunity.
Rian Claffey is on. And Talon has fought the good fight with that injury.
He certainly has.
Brave battling
player. He was cramping up there the last time when he sat down. So this could be the game.
It certainly could. Grammer line out, and not surprisingly, they've thrown it.
Trying to get more people in. Yeah, some of the backs are coming in now. It's got a little messy, but they're still driving it, so they need to use it.
They have an advantage though. Free play for Grammer again, who are dominating this and leading by 2. They just need to get that try. They are over. It is a try for Sligo Grammer, and Lee McNamee Mass has a try to crown an absolute superb display today. It's all about the forwards at this stage in this contest from both sides, and Grammer have ground out the edge. And yes, we were a bit baffled why they didn't take the 3 points, but now they can say, look what we did.
Well, they can say, you guys got it wrong. It was, look, they've probably put this game to bed, you would feel.
Well, it's still one score though.
It is, and of course the conversion's not easy.
7 minutes of rugby left plus injury time.
But you just feel it's going to take a lot of effort from Marist now, and they're going to have to really, at some stage they're going to have to risk it a bit, and that could invite Grammer in again.
Lee McNamee Mass, one of the 8 players in the squad who are coming through from Carrick-on-Shannon.
Incredible. Fair play to them.
Leitrim Rugby is alive and well. You said you saw a good few Carrick-on-Shannon hats in the crowd. They're coming down proud of their contingent in the Sligo Grammer team. Tempany now steadies himself, kicks it towards the post. Oh, he's nailed it with a little bit of heckling coming from the crowd behind him, and he doesn't even budge an eye at them as he runs back. Love it from Tempany. That's magic. 2-score game now.
That's a 2-score game. That's changed the whole emphasis of it. Beautiful kick. He learned from the first one. I think he didn't get as much height on that. He went for power.
Marist chase. Grammer take, and they're taken out in the air. Oh, the discipline has been lost there in a split second.
That's a poor one.
O'Connell took that in the air and he was taken out. Not more than a penalty, but it's just another moment that's going against Marist when they needed to be that bit calmer. It's hard and easy for us to say up here. It's such a big day for them, and it's just slipping away. They haven't done enough in the second half.
No, they haven't. I think Sligo have. They haven't changed much of what they've done, but they've done it better in the second half. They've played the same game, but they've looked tighter, harder, sharper.
And perhaps it hasn't been as a gripping a contest as it was in the first, or certainly not as free-flowing and entertaining.
No, it hasn't. And I think
I
think the grind suits Sligo, and that's not a criticism.
No, because we saw some great rugby from them in the first half when they needed it.
Yeah.
But now it's been just brilliant forward play. And a man I just have to keep name-checking is Dylan McCloat, who had a try in the first half, and he was the go-to line-out man for that last try. He's a go-to again here. This maul is so technically brilliant. Kilcoyne gets it out. Backline might get involved now.
Nice little loop move around there.
And it's just a matter of getting Murta into the game really half the time when they do get it going. 22-13, a 9-point lead for Sligo Grammar. We've seen some spectacular days in Schools Cup where teams have scored late tries. Grammar did one on the first step of this trilogy. Marist need 2 scores.
They haven't got the ball at the minute. That's the one thing, they really haven't had much ball.
Goes very flat. And is there an offside call? There's a penalty advantage to Grammar.
Penalty advantage coming. Their discipline has really gone.
No, this really could be it. If Grammar score again, I think we can start to put their name on the cup as a third title.
Yeah. So,
offside.
Yeah. And that's what happens when you're under pressure and you want the ball back and you know the clock is running against you.
Now they're going for the post, eat into the clock a bit. I've said it already, but I'll say it again. Aaron Platt, Max Hunter, we'll be talking about them after. Jacob Kilcoyne, Earl Norris, Jared Murta and fullback Garrett McKinty are going for a third Senior Cup medal. Incredible. I'm sure there's a few Garbly alumni that have achieved that during their 47 titles. We'll have to go through the history books before we start saying these guys are the first to do it, but they're an elite group for that. And there's so many fresh new faces coming through each year with Grammar as well. It is some story. 270 boys in the school, and they're producing a Junior Cup final defeated side, and for the moment clear favourites to win the Senior Cup. What can Tempany do to stretch this lead? No, he's missed it. Takes a bit of time off the clock though. 22-13. Missed one from the touchline. He's missed a tough kick there for 3 points. But overall he's put in some performance, Tempany.
Certainly has. 67 minutes gone of the 70 on the our stopwatch, but there will be additional time at the discretion of the referee.
McNamee Mass with the carry back into contact.
God, you could put that on loop, couldn't you?
Yeah, how many times have we said it? Just he's a go-to.
Yep.
Then Platt with the blast.
Yep,
that's what he does.
He's the power runner. The other guy lops up, and controls it.
Great ball. When the ball comes out there, there's a bit of tiding to do. Marist just not as competitive at the breakdown. They've just started to lose that battle as the game has gone on.
Yeah.
And McNamee Mass just wasn't being brought down, so he gains another 7 or 8 metres on that carry. And there's Platt. It's a tandem at the moment.
Playing the game on their own, aren't they, really?
Yeah, they are. Held up. No, it is clean ball. I've been really impressed with Jacob Kilcoyne at the breakdown as well. His speed of pass has kept this game moving from a Grammar point of view.
Yeah, he's had look, they've all had a good game, and I think you could say the same on the Marist side as well.
Jack Deegan.
They've all done what's been asked of them.
McNamee Mass again, who's on his shoulder. One of the guys in there to help him there was Earl Norris. Everyone getting involved now. Is this the moment for Grammar where they really seal this competition for another year? O'Connell with the carry. Kilcoyne, play it safe, keep it simple, is the option on that one. Max Holmes was in there. They are driving towards the line. Their supporters are chanting, we're going over. Marist are going to have to do some job here to stop them. That's almost it. They are inches from the line with an advantage.
So this is a free play, really.
They just try and grind their way over. Brave defending from Marist College, who must really be feeling it now. Out it comes. It's a chance for the fullback McKinty to seal this victory. He's in for the try. And he knows it. Sligo Grammar know it. Marist College know it. This is Grammar's day, 27-13. What this means to both sets of players is clear in moments like that. Heartbreak for the men from Athlone, but the Grammar have just had too much for them.
Yeah, they have. They've only scored 3 points in the second half, which was a penalty, Marist. And slowly but surely, the experience in that Sligo side with the players who are going for their third title have ground it out. Good decision making, bit sharper, and yeah, they deserve it. They were the better side from the second half. The first few minutes maybe were Marist, but after that, most of this game has been played in the Marist half, and that was a nice try to finish it.
McGinty's had a good game too. Garrett McGinty's done his bit. I see Isaac Marsden's on. They're making changes. I see Jack Draper is off. McLeod is off as well. Scored the first try. Tempany adds the extras. 29-13. Consolation try territory is all that's left, really. I think
it's possibly, if it remains as this, you would say it's a little harsh on Marist College, but they've just come up against a really well structured side who didn't panic, didn't play particularly well in the first half, but twice got scores when they absolutely needed them.
Luke Maverick is on as well. Big moments for those lads who are so close to getting on the team, I'm sure. And in the tight game, there was an opportunity to come on earlier, but it's great to get their chance. Marist College will want to finish with a flurry. And as William said, a scoreline that might be more reflective of their incredible contribution to this game, but it has been Sligo Grammar's second half. And you think to the moment after Grammar went 2 scores ahead and O'Connell's taken out in the air in the restart, that was probably that final nail in the coffin.
From them, they haven't really been able to create anything. We're about 37 minutes gone here now, so that would suggest that we're really close to the end, although referee has awarded a fairly long advantage there, so it'll be a penalty over on the far side. The only thing they could do with this, I think, is try to get it in, kick it into the 22 and go for the line out.
It'll be a third title in a row for Sligo Grammar.
Oh, okay, they've just tapped and went.
Didn't really trust the line out option at this stage. Another penalty against Grammar. They'll want to keep their discipline here now as well. Glejon, not complicate things. Otega Winawee, we're going to hear more from this lad because he is some player. Look at that offload, that's wonderful. Marist deserve a try. Can they finish with one? They're almost in, but they're stopped short. Another pass will do it. This is the moment. They are going to get in for the try.
Well, they deserve that.
That is more than deserved. Winawee's take and offload there was absolutely superb. A big cheer from the supporters who were travelling as well from Athlone. And I think it was Rian Claffey who came on earlier in the game who got the try. Beautiful try from Rian Claffey. O'Carroll has gone for it. She's just kicked it across the face of the post.
Well, he went for the drop goal and it's just clipped the outside of the post. He did the right thing to speed it up.
Yeah, 29-18. It's an 11-point game now. But Claffey with the try. Good score from Claffey. Brilliant rugby. Wonderful try.
Beautiful rugby. I suppose
late in the day, but
very late in the day. We're up to 38 minutes gone. So
just want to note Sligo Grammar's Ambrose Devine is also on. Great that they can run the bench now and give players opportunities. 29-18, that's a knock on. It'll be a scrum. Was it deliberate?
Well, that's quite clever what he did there. I'm not sure if it was deliberate, but it just slows the game down completely.
It does.
He did get his hands up as if he was trying to catch it, but of course, by doing that and not taking possession of the ball, we're going to have at least a minute while this is sorted out. No, the ref can add this on, of course. He can decide that was deliberate or just a bit of a time-wasting effort.
One more Grammar sub was trying to come on there, but he didn't get his chance. And that might be the last chance, because this might be the last play. We'll see. Penalty would mean there will be an opportunity. Marist College certainly put a fairer look on the scoreboard with that try, and they're trying to do more of that with Dowling. That's only his second chance to really run with the ball since he's come on. There's a kick directly at the touch, and that is game, set and match. Sligo Grammar, our Connacht Schools Senior A champions for a third year in succession. An incredible achievement. They now go on to 14 titles in their history, drawing level with Colossia Ignorge in second, and just behind the mighty Garbally, who are well ahead in first, some 47 titles, but 14 titles and 3 in a row. What a generation of players that have come through. Their junior side beaten today. Marist College will be so proud of that victory for their juniors, but this is heartbreaking for them.
Yeah, it's tough because there's players here now who've they will have played their last game for their school, and that is difficult. They gave it their all. They were certainly very, very competitive in the first half, and 10 each at half time, but really from about the 10th minute of the second half, it was all Sligo Grammar. They were just that bit sharper, that bit harder, and the experience told their decision making was really, really impressive. And a cracking day's rugby here, 4 great finals, this one under the lights, just magnificent. I don't ever think you'll have another Schools Cup final kicking off before 6 o'clock in the evening again. You couldn't get a better day in Galway for a game of rugby. No wind, no rain, and Dexcom Stadium has hosted its first Schools Cup final day. I hope it gets the opportunity to host many more, but that was thoroughly enjoyable. Long day, but really good.
Yeah, they've changed the names here at the sports ground. You have such great plans coming around the corner. It was perfect timing to do something historic with the schools final and put it under lights, because it really makes it memorable with that new partnership. So I think it's no harm that it's turned out to be such a cracking game. 18 points playing 29, plenty of scores. Marist College led this game after half time. They had it in their hands, and there was a spell when they were 2 points up that they were really going at Grammar, and that's when the forward stepped up.
Yeah, it is when the forward stepped up. They're now running and jumping into the spectators who are at the down on the left-hand side of the Clan Terrace as we look at it here from the Greyhound stand. Marist have shook hands with everybody. The referees are going off, but they're sort of standing there, and it is tough because they won't get to wear that jersey again, some of them.
Yeah.
This is their final game.
For some of the younger lads, they will look at that junior triumph and know what's coming through.
Yes,
I mean, we were enjoying the brilliance of that junior team, you know, the Finnans and plenty others, and a lot of younger brothers of the players here. So some of the families who were involved in this will be back watching their younger brothers.
They certainly will, but it is tough. It probably means more at this age.
Of course, yeah.
And this might be the biggest game of rugby you ever play, but in 20 years' time, when you meet up with your mates and you go, do you remember that night in the sports ground under the lights? And many of them will kick on in other sports. You don't know what their main sport is, or they'll kick on in rugby. But Sligo Grammar School were very, very impressive there. I saw them win their last 2 finals here, and they have they've matured into a very good side, and you feel now they'll give a hell of a crack to go in 4 in a row.
Jimmy Gavin and Sean Taylor, the coaches, and a big thanks to your manager Jimmy Staunton for helping us out beforehand. Thanks to Mick Loftus and everyone in Marist for making our life easier with all the details as well. Brilliantly laid out cup final day, everything we need here to bring you this coverage. I hope you've enjoyed it. You'll see the photos and hear the stories and the interviews over the weekend. William's going to quickly just remind you how we got to the final score of 29 points to 18.
Yeah, 14th minute penalty by James Clark, 3-0 to Marist, then a try by McGloat, which was converted by Tempany, 7-3 to Sligo Grammar, and then Otega Awehala try, 8-7, converted by Clark. So it was 10-7, and then Tempany with a penalty right on half time. Sligo Grammar 10 and Marist 10. Second half, O'Carroll penalty put Marist 13-10 up, but from then on it was pretty much one-way traffic. A try by Mouty that wasn't converted was 15-13 to Sligo Grammar. McNamee Mass, who had a huge game for them, scored a try. which was converted by Tempany to put them 22-13. And then McGinty in with the final try for Sligo Grammar. That was converted. That was converted. That was 29-13. And then a consolation try by Claffey, which was well taken in about the 4th minute of injury time, to leave us with a final score of Marist College Athlone 18, Sligo Grammar School 29.
Brilliant stuff, William, and a big thanks to you for all your help today. Marist College just having too much, Sligo Grammar having too much from Marist College in the end. Brilliant celebrations for the Sligo Grammar supporters who'll go back up to the Northwest and such great joy. And we've talked about the Leitrim influence, the Sligo element. It's great for Northwest Rugby, and a number of these players already represented Ireland at under 18 in schools. More to come.
Well, absolutely, there's more to come. Sligo won the Senior Cup on Saturday. Sligo are in the Junior Plate final on Sunday week. So they're flying. Sligo Grammar have done their 3 in a row here. We need the whole province involved. We need everywhere. You're talking about the players from Carrick-on-Shannon, so that's important as well. You've got to have. They were playing for Marist today. You've got to have all, and that's what Connacht are looking for. And maybe through these junior players we see a little bit more of that. Muirdex
Ballina reached the semi-final from a Mayo point of view, and Summerhill continue to develop great teams and got very close in junior and senior. And then Marist, their story today with the junior team, they brought their junior C side as well. They have 2 sides competing at junior level, which is incredible. So loads of positives. I hope you enjoyed our coverage. Thank you, William. Thanks to John up here helping us out, making this possible, and thanks to Kieran back in studio and Stephen Long for making this easier for us as well. We'll be back for more live stream for the Connacht Junior Cup final
on 3:30 on Sunday the 24th of March.
What a game that's going to be. Connemara and Dunmore.
Connemara and Dunmore.
Sign up now. Get your fiver in.
Dunmore in their 50th year in their first Junior Cup final.
Brilliant. All right. The presentations will be ongoing here, but we will say good luck. Great win for Sligo Grammar.
Congratulations to Sligo Grammar School. And as Connacht president and a Sligo man, I'm delighted to be handing the trophy to Sligo Grammar School. Just a couple of thank yous. First, I just want to thank Connacht Rugby for organising it today. Luke here and Cathal to do a fabulous job with the whole team. And I have us. We're really, really, really grateful. Thank you. Look to that Marist for giving us such a good game. You really gave it out to us right to the end. It's been a really long 3 years and I've enjoyed every single moment of it. All these boys, I love you all so much. So yeah, thanks very much. Can I get Jared Mark up here, please? Jack Deegan. Darren Holmes. Aaron Platt. Jack Draper. Luke Maverick. Mark Timpany. Andrew Ryan. Jimmy O'Connell. Quentin Mounty. Max Hunter. Isaac Marist. Campbell. Jacob McCoy. Senate Fallon. William Draper. Philip Connor. Bertie Bamber. Andrew Deegan. Logan Markey. Alan Lawler. Ben Lawler. James Wendell O'Donnell. Ambrose Devine. Lee McNamee. Gareth McGinty. Bobby Hanrahan. James McGettrick. Dylan McCall.
He's missed it, I think, by the looks of him, has he? No, he hasn't. He's as cool as a breeze. He just chopped tackle, but there's the extra leg drive for Grammar. They're nearly going to ground just at the right time. They have got in for the try. Oh, that was impressive. 7-8, brilliant phases. Strong runner. Conversion time for Timpany.
Yes.
He's nailed it. And it's another pick and go chance. Go back against the grain to try and catch out Grammar, and it doesn't work. That said, now the ball's out to the back line, the overlap is on, the try is on, they could get in the corner. There's a brilliant tackle out there from Grammer. They've saved a certain try.
Oh, that's a fantastic.
Grammer 22 in the last 3 or 4 minutes. Held once, held up once, to be more precise, than rebelled. Killoughby's going for it, and Ortega has got in.
That's an excellent try.
There's a brilliant conversion as well. Belts it towards the post. Should be straightforward for a man of his talents. He's got it.
Yeah, he's
Brilliant
got that. That looked.
Because Marist are under a bit of pressure here. Could be on if they go for it. Murta could be in here himself. He looked like he was going to offload. He just kept going and pick a go around the fringes, and they are in. They have scored. I'm pretty sure it's Mouty.
They're still driving it, so they need to use it.
They have an advantage though. Really play for Grammer again here, dominating this and leading by 2. They just need to get that try. They are over. It is a try for Sligo Grammer, and Lee McNamee Mass kicks it towards the post. Oh, he's nailed it with a little bit of heckling coming from the crowd. Ending from Marist College. He must really be feeling it now. Out it comes. It's a chance for the fullback McKinty to seal this victory. He's in for the try, and he knows it. Jack Draper is off. McLeod is off as well. Scored this lad because he is some player. Look at that offload. That's wonderful. Marist deserve a try. Can they finish with one? They're almost in, but they're stopped short. Another pass will do it. This is the moment. They are going to get in for the try.
Well, they deserve that.
That is more than deserved. This is only his second chance to really run with the ball since he come on. There's a kick directly at the touch, and that is game, set and match. Sligo Grammer, our Connacht Schools Senior A champions for a 3rd year in succession. An incredible achievement. They now go on to 14 titles in their history, drawing level with Colossia Ignorge in 2nd.